Hello, welcome to Anita the Pedagogue channel. Today, I want to take you through writing lessons, composition. Today, we will focus on article writing. Our objectives for today, we will look at the definition of an article. We'll look at the features of an article, what do you need in an article, and we'll take a look at a sample article and its features. And by the end of the lesson, hopefully you would be able to write your own article. Now, what is an article? I know you've read a lot of opinions of people in the form of write-ups online, in newspapers, in magazines. Now, a piece of writing that is written for an audience is an article, and usually articles are written to be published in newspapers, magazines and journals, online and in hard copy in newspapers that you find in offices and towns. The writer of the article can choose to write about their opinions on social issues or on facts. Now let's take a look at the features of an article. This will help you to identify an article when you find one. Now an article always has a title or heading. It has an introduction. It has a body and a conclusion. Then finally, the writer's name and details. Now let's take a look at the title or heading. Why should you give your article a title? Now here are some reasons why you need to give your article a title. It tells the reader what they are going to read about. It keeps you, the writer, in focus, because if you know you're writing about a particular topic, you don't want to digress. You want to make sure you don't deviate, but focus. And also it makes your work very presentable. Again, how should you write your article? In writing your article, you should be very brief to summarize what the entire write-up is going to be about. So, an example of a title of an article could be Effects of Drug Abuse. It means you are going to talk about drug abuse and its effects. Now let's move on to introduction. Now, if you're writing an article, you need to write an introduction, and that perhaps is going to be your first paragraph. It should explain any key terms in your heading. This paragraph should give a summary of what the reader should expect in the rest of your paragraphs. You can also begin with a quotation about your topic or an idiom that supports the topic you are going to be writing about. Now let's take a look at the body. What do you need to include in the body of your article? So the body is made up of paragraphs that further explains the topic you are writing about. The body is essential because it explains adequately your opinion on the topic you're writing about. More explanation is given on your topic, including causes, effects, reasons, other opinions, and other relevant information. Now take note that when you're writing articles, you need to use standard English. You need to avoid completely colloquial sayings. You also need to avoid informal English. And if they must be used, ensure you put them in quotation marks. Again, I would advise you to use transitional words when you're writing, when you're moving on from one idea to the other, or from a paragraph to another. It's very important that you use transitional words such as in the first place, in addition, first, second, again, furthermore, etc. Now your article should have a conclusion. That's after you have written your body. The conclusion is the final paragraph of your article. In your conclusion, you give a summary of the details in the body of your article. Also, you are at liberty to include any suggestions concerning your topic or reminders for your reader. Make sure that your conclusion is very catchy so that your readers can't pick all the details that they must have forgotten when they read the body. The last thing that I would talk about as far as the features of an article is concerned is the writer's name and details. It is very important for the writer of the article to write their names fully. They need to include their address or location. This, however, depends on which medium the article is going to be published. For example, if your article be published in a school magazine, you need to indicate your name and grade because this article is going to be within a particular institution, and so to locate you they would only need your grade or class. Again, if your article be published in a national newspaper, you need to indicate your name and the particular state or region you're writing from. For example, Audrey Mesan, Greater Accra Region. Now let's take a look at a sample article. It's actually an article I wrote many years ago at the university. Achieving your New Year resolutions. The title here is Achieving Your New Year Resolutions. Now can you identify the introduction? So the introduction is the first paragraph. Then we have the body, which is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4 short paragraphs. After the body, we have the conclusion. It sums up the entire information that's needed and gives suggestions as well. And then the final part, the writer's name, address, and contact. This brings us to the end of our lesson on article writing today. I hope this lesson was useful to you. Please put in your comments and questions and I'll respond to them. Do like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Until I come your way again, keep learning and be the best version of yourself.